Good morning, stamping friends. Happy Friday. I always look forward to saying that. I love Fridays. It's the kickoff into the weekend, and what is everyone up to? We have kind of a cloudy, dreary day here in Arizona, but you know what? That's the kick in the pants I need to get my taxes done. That's what I'm going to work on this weekend. I have had the same goal for 3 weeks in a row to get my taxes done, and something better always comes along. Oh, I hate that. Oh, it's just hanging over my head. So this is the weekend, okay? You guys are my accountability group. Oh, okay. So let me know if you guys are done and what your motivation was to get done. Maybe if I made some cookies and then if I get done, then I can treat myself. I don't know. But it's nice to have you here today. I see Terry's on there. And I am excited to share with you a project, but I'm also going to show you what my Creative You cards were. And I know sometimes it gets confusing because I offer different classes with different names and it's hard to know which is which. So let me try to explain it again. I do face-to-face classes, and those are called Creative You. And you can also do the same class online. We do the same projects. So if you live in the Arizona area or you're visiting, let me know and you can come to my house. We still do social distancing and, wipe down everything. So it's pretty safe here, and it's awesome because my numbers are about how they used to be before COVID. And so we make 3 projects, and then, you can either pick up the kit or you can stamp them in person and go, or you can stamp and assemble them at my house. The other way that you get them is, say you don't live in Arizona, but you still want to get in on the projects. You just have to put a $35 order in or more, and then use the host code. And then that will qualify you for the 3 free projects. I will send the kits in the mail to you. They won't be assembled and they won't be stamped. And then you can make what we made. And I will also send you the PDF. So that will help you, like if there's a special fold or, pictures that you need, or maybe there's a pattern. So, it's worth it even if you can't come here in person to get these kits, because you'll get inspired by that. And if you don't have the stamp sets or the products I use, maybe you want to put that in your order next time so that you can make them identical, or you can always substitute what you have. A lot of my patterns or my projects, you can mix and match like that. So that's Creative You. And I'm going to show you the 3 things that we made for our March class. And so I'll be soon working on my April one. So if you order anytime between now and April 10th, the 10th of the month is always the cutoff for that month, then you will get on those projects. All right, so if you put an order in, say, today, March, the 12th, that will go towards April's class. So the 10th of every month is the cutoff. All right, then I do classes to go, and those are not in-person ones. Those are just like online classes. And so I will have another one starting at the end of the month, and usually the due date is the 1st of the month, so April 1st would be the deadline. And it's still up here in my head. I don't really have anything to share for you, but I need to, as soon as I get done with today, that'll be my next agenda to work on that as well. So those are called classes to go. So hopefully that makes sense. So let me flip my camera around so I can show you the projects. And I'm still trying out my new little gadget here. And I just have to flip it so it's not reversed for you. Let's see, where's my reverse thing? So it's not, like backwards. I gotta get my glasses on. I can't see if it's upside down. Okay. Nope, that's not reversed yet. Hold on. There we go. Okay. I'll get there one of these days. Let me straighten it out so you don't get dizzy. All right, I think we're ready to go. So these are the classes that I did this month. The first one uses the Dragonfly stamp set. Let's see, it has the word dragonfly in it. Let me see. Hold on. Dragonfly Garden. Oh my gosh, you'd think by now I would know these names, but it's got some Wink of Stella on here. You probably can't see the Wink of Stella real well, but that's on there. And I was inspired by a card that I saw on Pinterest. Of course, I didn't see the name of it, but I think she was an international demonstrator. I changed it up a little bit, but the concept and the layout was like hers. And then on the inside, there's just like a little lighter stamp there, and you can write whatever you want there. Then the next one is a floral using Pretty Perennials. This one is Dina Rico's $1 Million Stamp Set, and I just love the bright colors on this one, and then we kind of fancied up the inside, so you would have gotten this one as well. And then the last one is the one that uses the Hey Chick bundle, and it's a little barn, and I put the pattern in there, so all you had to do was trace it, and Wink of Stella on the cupcake, and you're still a spring chicken. So that was the last project that we did. Now, the project we're going to do today is also using the, whoops, sticking to my pieces that I've cut on the side here. It's using the Hey Birthday Chick bundle. The one that, okay, so this one we had a few years ago. You may still have this one in your stash. And then now they have coordinating dies that go with that. And then the one that we're using today is called Hey Birthday Chick, and these are the dies that coordinate. This bundle is $43, and this bundle is $44. So if you see any products you'd like, please use my house code up here, and then that will go or give me credit towards for some of the freebies that I give away. All right, so for our project, we are going to take a piece of basic white, and it's 11 by 4 1/4, and then I scored it in half on the long side, which is 5 1/2, and then just fold. And then the next product we're going to use is Designer Series paper, and it's called Playing with Patterns. Is the pattern pack, and it's 6 by 6 paper. Just as a reminder, here's the whole pack that you get, and this is the one I chose, and then here's even more of the double-sided paper that you would get. This has been a real fun set of paper to work with because it's so bright and cheery. All right, so then we're just going to put some adhesive on the back side here. This is our Stamp and Seal, and this one is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's going to cover the whole front of this cardstock with no borders, no edges. So just stick that on the front. Oh gosh, my nails match my card. That was not on purpose. All right, this piece, let me grab, well, you know what? I don't need a ruler because it's automatic. I used the stitch dies, which is a great set of dies to get. This is the largest one in there, and I just cut a 5 1/4 by 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, just like 1/4 of a piece of paper, and then I just stuck on there, and you'll see that little stitching edge around there. You may not be able to see it real close on the video. And then I took the word happy, and I just placed it on here at an angle, and this is from the die set called Happy. So that's how I was able to create this shape. All right, we are going to put this, let's wait with that. I have one more step that I'm going to want to do. So let me move these out of the way. So I just want to show you step by step what I'm doing. All right, the next part we're going to do is take our chicken stamp. Let me get a piece of scrap paper to put underneath so I don't stamp on my mat. And we will take the bigger chicken and Memento black ink. And when I ink this, I don't really want to do the balloon. I just want the chicken. So just ink it up. It's okay if the balloon line gets in there because we're going to cut that off anyway. So just stamp this on here, the whole image of the chicken. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut it out with a die. And because I don't like to drag my whole die cutting machine, this is what it looks like after I cut this out. Okay? So what we're going to do to trim him up a little bit, because I don't want that little Can you see that little line up where the balloon is from his tail? I'm going to snip that off because I don't want that line there just right now. And so just snip in that little V there. All right, then the next part we're going to do is we still want a balloon on him. So I'm going to ink up just, well, I guess I could get my cleaner out, but it doesn't really matter. I want to do just the balloon now. So I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to take the pattern paper that I want, which is the polka dot that's in the same designer series paper stack, and just stamp the balloon like this. And again, you're going to see the little string down there, but we don't want that string on, so I'll show you what we're going to do. Let's see, here's my cutout one. Again, we're going to use the same die. This is all one die, but we're cutting them apart. And what I want to do is trim off the little string part. So just kind of follow the little tab of the balloon like that and just cut that off. All right, I think that's, I guess I'll leave this here for when I color. Sometimes when you color with blends, it goes through the paper. Now I'm going to show you all the colors that I used for coloring the chicken. Let me move all this out of the way. So we have cinnamon cider, which is one of our new in colors this year. I actually used the color lifter as well. Both dark and light crumb cake. I actually used the dark petal pink on this one, and then the dark pumpkin pie. So let's start coloring him. I will start with the light crumb cake. And we're just going to go over his whole body here with light crumb cake. Do you guys like the blends? I love them. I love that, you know, before we had these kind of markers, if we wanted one color of marker, we had to buy the whole set. But it seems like I grab kind of the same ones a lot, so this way I can replace only the colors that I need and not all of them. Isn't that a nice feature? And I use dark and light about the same. I might run out of one earlier than the other, but it's okay. Like crumb cake, I always have to keep them on hand. And they do last a long time, but I use mine so often because I do my classes with them as well. So that's why I have to keep them on hand. Then I'm going to take the dark, and I like to use the harder end that's more like a marker to go around like this, and this gives him a little bit of shading. So just go around all the little edges like this, and then I'm going to show you how we blend it. So just kind of go in there. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to let the magic happen with the blender. And let's go back with that light one, and that's, you just kind of go over where that seam meets it like that, okay? And that's gonna make it blend, and don't judge it by what it looks like immediately after you do it, because sometimes it has to just kind of sink in a little bit and just do the magic blending. Now, another thing I wanted to show you, because I don't know if you have this or if you use it a lot, but that color lifter is really cool. It's just, it's not white. If you colored on black paper, it wouldn't show up white, but somehow it just kind of lifts the color in here. So say I wanted the middle of this a little bit lighter, just kind of go in circles around here, and you'll see it lift that color off, and it gives it even more shading. But remember, let it sink in a little bit, because it sometimes takes a little bit to do the magic trick. All right, now we're going to take dark pumpkin pie and color this in. Let's do his feet. And this one, it's too tiny to shade, so we'll just leave that be. Everything that's orange is going to go there. And I'm even going to do the outline of this part, okay? All right, now let's use, did I say this was light or dark? This is the light cinnamon cider. We're going to do his little wings or arms or whatever these are. And again, it's such a small area. We could shade this in if we wanted, but I'm just going to leave it this color. So that'll kind of offset his body color. And whoopsie, this one was, oh, that is part of his wing. Okay. Now the last part is his head. And this is kind of funny. Who would think that petal pink would be used on this? But look at it's when you use it against the oranges and the browns, it really looks like a light orangey color. I guess I normally use mostly the light petal pink, and this is one of the few times I've used the darker one. And look at how it'll kind of blend those lines in there. All right, so can you see the shading in there? See how it lifted up that color in there where I used that? And let me do one more line of brown here. I want to kind of cover up this area here too. Okay, we are done with that chicken. Now what we're going to do is take not baker's twine, linen thread, and we're going to adhere a little piece on the back, and I do keep my Scotch 2-way tape on the back for situations like this, and we're going to tape this underneath him because I want to make a real balloon string and not a black line like the stamp does. And then just cut off, I don't know, just a hunk, maybe this long. And now we're going to place this on the front of our card. So let's bring, well, not the front, let's do it on the happy. And I can get rid of this white paper so you can see this better. We're done coloring. See how it sometimes bleeds through a little bit, but you know what? I would have been safe. It didn't come all the way through. All right, let's place this on the card, but I want to stamp first just because there's a little sentiment I want here. And I took the happy birthday that comes in the stamp set. It's a cute little font. And then I'm taking my Stampin' Write marker because we have to use these markers if we want to color on our stamps. The blends do not work so well on this. So I don't want happy on, I just want birthday because happy is already etched in the basic white paper. And I don't know, I played around with this. I went either at an angle or straight. I think I'm going to go straight on this one, but just stamp birthday there. So it says happy birthday. And now we're going to place this little guy on the front of the card with his balloon string hanging off the top of him. I still am achieving the concept they had with this chicken with the balloon hanging off of him, but watch what I'm going to do. So now just kind of place this guy wherever you want. Just make sure it's out of the way of the word birthday. I'll put him right here. And now we're going to have fun with this little balloon tail or balloon string. Whoops, I put my dimensionals on already. So we are going to wrap it through these letters. And let's make it very whimsical. Let's go around the P once. This is fun. I just like to take normal ideas and make them a little bit abnormal, as you can see. All right, now let's go around the P again. We're going to do a loop-de-loo in there. Let's go like this. And now the trick is when you pull it, don't pull it so tight because I want it to be 3D-ish. So leave a little bit of gap there. Let's pull this one a little bit tighter. And then see how that you can see it going around? It's just kind of whimsical. That's a good word for it. And then let's just tape it with my 2-way tape right at the top. And I didn't know how long to make that ribbon, so better too long than too short. And then just snip that off. Now we can put it on the front of our card like this. And just kind of line it up as best you can. And now for the balloon, the finishing part, we are going to pop it up a little bit more. I like using the foam adhesive strips because it's about double the thickness of a dimensional, and I want it to stand out even more than everything else here. So this is going to pop up a little bit more, and then just put this on and make the balloon string come up right by the balloon, like where that little tab thing is again. And don't have it go over the top of the edge, otherwise it won't fit in your envelope. There we go. Happy birthday. And he has that real string that just adds a little bit of added interest. So do you like that one? I just thought it was fun. All right, well, I guess that's all I have for today. So thank you so much for joining me. And you know, I'll be back again Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Same channel on my Facebook page. Sometimes I do YouTube lives and sometimes I do Facebook lives. So just watch on my blog and I'll let you know which one it's going to be. Thanks again, guys. Have a great weekend coming up and we will chat with you again soon. Bye-bye.